very hard to something that John Fort just called in the last hour a, quote, full-on assault on Google's core business. What's your reaction to that?
Well, without question, I think the thing that I really took away from Microsoft CEO's comments was the fact that, this is potentially that once in a lifetime opportunity to be able to actually go up against the dominant incumbent in Google and actually compete for market share. And I think what we're seeing is, the ability for Microsoft to capture the moment by partnering with ChatGPT, which has really captured the imagination of the consumer, where they can actually see and comprehend with their own thumbs what this new paradigm shift means.
Is that what you think it is? A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a legitimate growth engine and revenue generator for Microsoft?
Look, I think when we look at the opportunity for someone to effectively compete against Google, I think this is the opportunity. This is potentially the opening of the window or the door. Now, the thing that I would not do is I would not count Google out. I wouldn't count Google out. Google has been incorporating AI into their products. Google became an AI-first company, self-proclaimed in 2017. But, the difference here, again, I just think that by releasing a product in ChatGPT that consumers can touch and play with, it's captured the imagination. Now, the thing that we always look to at Plexo Capital, because we invest into startups, private companies, how much of this value creation will be captured in this go-around by the incumbents versus the startups. In the first wave, we really saw a lot of the value accrue to the incumbents. But this time, I think we're seeing something a little bit different. I think the technology has improved. And by the way, Google has actually created some of the technology that's ironically now being used by Microsoft and ChatGPT to go after them. But, I think this time what we're going to see is we're going to see a different model play out. I think there's going to be some multi-billion-dollar startups created in this next generation of companies.
And you wouldn't hesitate investing in those types of companies, even with the large footprint that's waiting to squash anybody in its path.
Yeah, well, I think when you look at what Microsoft, Google, Apple, all of these companies bring to the table is without question, they have data, both public and private data. And that private data is really interesting as we look to vertical applications, because with the private data, one can create a moat. Right? We have to have the talent available. We have to have the compute power available. But I think what we'll see is there will be startups that will be able to go after these opportunities that may not necessarily be the largest markets, but nonetheless can still produce nice outcomes.
I mean, I might be crazy. I don't know. I find this whole thing so ironic, Lo, that we are having this conversation at a time where most of our conversations about big tech of late have been about layoffs and the right sizing of these businesses and getting religion on spending, et cetera, et cetera. And here we are, a couple weeks after these layoffs start rolling out, we are talking about significant investments in the next great growth area. How do we make sense of that?
We make sense of it because innovation doesn't know what's happening within the geopolitical, the market, the economy. Innovation is going to continue to happen. And as a manager, one has to be able to allocate resources towards those opportunities, while at the same time, maintaining a bottom line that makes sense to public market investors. And I think, what we've seen with tech is that the growth was just so phenomenal for so long, but now we're starting to see the growth slow down, and it presents some of the challenges that become apparent when looking at the financials, when looking at activists starting to come in and put tech in the crosshairs. We hadn't seen that, right? But these companies are now becoming more mature, and so now they have to balance, just as all the other companies historically have had to do, they have to balance both the growth opportunities and managing to a bottom line.